Hello YouTube. Today I'd like to go through a review of a knife I bought about 2 years ago. This is a Leatherman Crunch. I've had the other types of Leatherman, the Wave and all the other different types. I was never really happy with the pliers. For the type of stuff that I wanted, my main job is I'm an IT guy. I carry the usual screwdrivers, things like that. But it's just an occasion where you actually need to grab something pretty sturdy or clamp something together. Don't ask me when, because I can't remember every instance. But these things have got me out of more trouble than I could ever imagine when I first bought them. What's different about this, as opposed to the other Leathermans, is it has a full set of vice grips. Locking vice grips, or mole grips if you're English. And they're actually pretty strong. It has 15 functions, and see if I can remember them all. So I'll just kind of go through them and give you a close-up as well. So first of all, obviously the vice grip action. Like I say, I've found this to be really strong, and it's been great for like clamping two bits of steel together while you do something, or bending metal. It's a lot stronger than it first appears. Very well made. So obviously we've got the vise at the front. There's the obligatory ruler, which again is actually becoming more useful than you would think, just to quickly kind of gauge the size of something relatively accurately. This is the adjuster on the back here, so you can actually change at which point that the lock-in mechanism kicks into play. But if you actually take this all the way out, there's actually a bit of dust there. There's a little, I think it's a 1/4 inch hex drive, so you can actually use that to actually drive nuts as well, which is kind of handy. And then on the other side is where all the tools are. This just basically folds back into itself and locks out of the way. And then you have the main knife. Not a fan of serrated blades. If there's anything I dislike about this knife, it's probably the serrated blade. I think they're great for cutting rope, fabric, seat belts, whatever. But as an everyday type of tool, you know, if you want to sharpen a pencil or whatever, it's much easier with a straight blade. Second tool is a flat type of screwdriver. And then a Phillips head type screwdriver. Again with this, if there's any other type of criticism, this would have been great if it was a removable bit, because these things do wear out. I've had other multi-tools where I've kind of worn out the tool. Maybe you could replace that section, I'm not sure. And then we have, get it out, much smaller screwdriver. There is a release. All these blades are locking, which is a fantastic feature. I've had Swiss Army knives that don't lock, and I have had them fold back on me, and it's not pleasant. Probably my own fault, but sometimes you don't think through all the stuff fully. There's a file. Has a rough cut on one side and just like a single cut final file on the other side. Yeah, the other side's double cut. And they treat the lanyard ring as part of the feature, or a feature, and then it all locks together. When you want to use the knife, you can bring out each tool and then lock it, and that's not going anywhere. It's not as ergonomic as some of the other knives, but overall I think just to have that lock-in plier or vice grips is what really sells it for me. Like I say, after 2 years of using this, it's come in extremely useful. It comes with a pouch Nothing to write home about. Simple leather pouch. It's getting a little bit worn out, and I'll probably make another one. I like it because it conforms to the tool pretty good. It's not too bulky to carry around in your belt. You don't look like a super geek carrying too much stuff. But fits kind of nice. Has a 25-year warranty like the majority, if not all, Leatherman tools. Any problems I've had with it, there is a pin that holds this pivot, or it is the pivot for the release there. And that pin is loose, and it has come out on me once. And I just need to put that in a vise and just punch it so it won't slide out. But apart from that, actually I think there's another feature. Just thinking about it, I just saw that. It has a wire stripper in there too, which I've never used. But apparently you can strip wires with it. So I think that's all of them. It's 15, bottle opener, which I could never find, but when you look at the instructions, they basically say you can just use the end of the pliers here as a bottle opener. Yeah, okay. So this is just a close-up of handling the multi-tool, so you can see how big it is in the hand. It just feels very good. It's a very solid piece of equipment, and you can tell it's going to last a very long time. You can just clip the jaws into the handles, and the adjustment is the little nut on the end. And these are the different tools that are stored in one of the arms. They are kind of a bit fiddly to get in and out, but it's not too bad. Like I said earlier, it's not the most ergonomic, but the Vise grips really do sell this product. And they all lock into place, which is an essential feature for me. So there you have it. That's the Leatherman Crunch. Highly recommend this tool if you want something other than a standard pair of pliers. It has, I feel, a lot more force in the grip, and it's been a really good tool over the last 2 years. The retail price I think is about $110, which is kind of spendy, but if you think it's guaranteed for 25 years, if you spread that out over that time, I think it's a very good value for money. It's really well built, and I'm very, very happy with it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.